everyone, my name is Joanna Reyes and this is my presentation for entrepreneurship. So I wanted to find a business owner that is successful, and luckily I remembered Sherry Metcalf, who happens to attend my church. She agreed to interview with me and I was happy to hear her input. Sherry Metcalf is a proud owner of a shredding company. She started about 16 years ago when her previous company needed a shredding business. The company, which had been contracted to take care of their shredding needs, made a mess, and her husband decided to start looking into the business. This business was unique to them in the sense that it provided two different streams of income: shredding and recycling. I had several questions to ask Sherry about her business. I personally work for a company and my shift is 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. I work for the electric company here in Big Bear, California. Sherry said that when she started to work, she worked between 30 to 40 hours a week, but is always tied to the phone. So she still answers the phone regardless of whatever time it is, and she's tied to it. But she says that she is now semi-retired since her husband does handle part of the business. My next question for Sherry was, what is your most favorite part of the business? She answered, I love to talk to people who call and like to find solutions to their problem. Sherry is passionate about coming up with the solutions to take care of the security and protection for the different businesses she comes in contact with. Having a business means making the toughest choices. I asked Sherry, what was the hardest decision you made? She expressed to me that in her business, you must have the proper amount of vehicles and enough business to drive them, or buy them late, then there might be too much business without enough resources. So thinking about how much is needed is a big choice, and the analysis needs to be made in order to make these choices. So as far as supply and demand, price and quantity all have a part to do with some of the choices faced when taking these decisions in a business matter. During my interview, I was interested in motivators for change in her business. Looking around at restaurant chains like Cheesecake Factory, Red Robin, other places, some of them focus on the quality of food, others are more interested in the production, and some of them on customer satisfaction. So Sherry told me that what motivates change is volume of business. The people we work for motivate change, and if we don't do it, then we consider doing it. So change management has to do with the drivers of change, such as production and customer satisfaction. If you don't have what the customer needs, then you might want to consider actually providing that for them. So everybody likes to have their ideas heard and considered. Some concerns, such as whether these ideas will work, what the benefits or drawbacks are, and how it could impact the business, are all a part of coming up with an idea. Sherry expressed that she always wanted to have a family-owned business. She has noticed that having a family-owned business helps show people that they really care and how they help their customers. So ideas to implement, you got to know what your idea is. Will it work? What the pros and cons are? And will it impact the business significantly? So before speaking to Sherry, I knew that she was in business, but I had no idea or ever heard of a shredding business. It's very unique. And through asking some of the different questions, I learned that starting a business does take effort, time, and patience. Staying open, looking at options, and considering the numbers when making a big decision is key. Risk management for change in the volume of business are always things to think of for the future. And this, when I thought about this, she was mentioning to me with the recent COVID-19 event that she thought she was going to lose some business as far as shredding. A lot of the businesses had closed, but people are home now. They're taking care of their documents and the security and worrying about fraud. So she's getting more drive-up calls for individual households, which is interesting, which is something that does change a business, and it reflects the volume and the type of market looking at. And this was something that I thought was very interesting that she really taught me, and I learned through interviewing her. So, lastly, you want to enjoy what your business is and the purpose. I noticed that Sherry loves her business. She really thrives on helping people make sure that they are not going to be victims of identity theft or fraud, and nobody is taking their information. So I really felt happy that she loves what she does, and I hope to become an entrepreneur that does feel fulfilled and purposeful in what I'm doing. So thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed the presentation.